Welcome. This is a lesson on acrylic blending. We will practice blending the sunset colors and work on our brush strokes in this project. Today we will need acrylic paints, brushes, at least 2 flat, 1 round at a minimum, water, a plate or a pellet to mix the colors, and a napkin to wipe off excess water from our brush. So let's begin. Let's set up our mixed media sketchbook. We start on the top with blue. Do one line of blue, take a lot of paint on your flat brush, work a little line at a time, do not use too much water. We want a lot of our hue to show through. Add a little bit, a tiny bit of white at a time to your flat brush and just use crisscross strokes starting from the top. And let's just work the color in. A tiny bit of white at a time does the trick. And in this project, we are not going to use a pencil to outline our work. And also, this video is in a fast forward mode, so make sure you pause the video and slowly work on catching up. So once you're done with blue, do the exact same thing now. Add a little bit of yellow, a tiny bit of white to your yellow. Use a separate brush to do your blending, so add a little white to your new brush and just start blending the white and the yellow and the blue in. Work on a little corner at a time, and again, there's no need to rush. Just see when you're blending, you like how it looks, and keep going forward. If you look at the strokes, they are a little bit, they look like X. I'm constantly making X marks on my workspace there with the brush. Add a little orange, a tiny bit red, see how it looks. If you like how it is, go to the next area. If not, add a little bit more color. Work from one end, see right again. Now I added a little white and I'm just using a plain brush to just blend it in. A little white goes a long way. And remember, these are acrylics. They do dry dark. So if you think you like the color up there, do know that it's going to be one shade darker. The blending we are doing here is wet on wet technique. If for some reason you feel that your paint has dried up, that's all right. Just add a little bit more white, just add a tiny bit of water, not too much, just a tiny bit. Wipe off anything excess on the napkin next to you and continue blending it in. Work in one direction and then just move your brush in the opposite direction to give it texture. Now work with brown to add a little bit of our hills in the background. It doesn't have to be smooth. The edges can be ragged. You can just go with a little peak at a time here and there and work your way in with your hills. What I have added here is a little bit of white towards the bottom of my hills. So when I add the next layer of hills, it feels, it gives that additional dimension. So just added a tiny bit of light color to kind of show like maybe a sandstorm or maybe a little bit of fog towards the edge of the hills there. And keep adding the color until you feel like, okay, until you're happy with what you see. And you can go over it. And again, because it's wet on wet, it's easier to blend. Next, I'm taking black to show the silhouette of my desert bushes and cactus. Even though, this is where our perspective comes in, this area, this ledge that we are working on is very close to where we are. It's, you know, even though it's black, because of the brown under the black layer here, it does muddy it a little bit. It's not truly black. So what I do is, once I'm done drawing my cactus, here what you need to do is use your round brush and use the pressure on your brush to make your the bottom of the cactus thicker than the top. Add as many arms as you want to your cactus, and under where the cactus is standing, create some bush, create some plants standing up, and not just where the black meets the brown hills, but also all around the cactus. So even though even though you feel it's black on black, it'll add texture, and you will feel that there are some plants and underbrush right there on your desert landscape. Here it is, the finished project. The sun is setting, and the blending of clear blue sky with the reds and oranges, it makes it look bright. I hope you enjoyed, and please do share your artwork with me.